Hello and welcome back to my channel today. This is my meal prep for the last week of August in 2019. In every meal prep I always start by making sandwiches for my husband. If I don't do it to begin with, then I just tend to forget about it, so it's the first thing that I do. I am not sure on the point values of this, but you could definitely make it dub-dub friendly if you wanted to. So the next thing that we're going to work on is getting chicken cooked. Some of my recipes call for cooked chicken this week, so I'm going to go ahead and get that in the oven so that way I can move on and get those casseroles made. While I'm already dealing with raw chicken, I go ahead and slice up the remaining chicken. This is going to be used for lo mein in the future, so I'm just going to freeze the pre-cut chicken, and all I have to do is pull it out when I need it. So the next thing on my to-do list is to boil some eggs. I prefer to cook my eggs in the air fryer or in the Instant Pot. The air fryer is what I already had sitting right over there, so that's what we're going to do today. So to do this, we do it at 260. If you have less than 6 eggs, I believe it's 15 minutes, but I have like 14 eggs in there. So I'm gonna do this for 18 minutes. All right. So here I am just prepping some cheese to snack on. What I like to do is I figure out the most amount of food that I can get for my points. So I knew that I wanted to keep this snack bowl at 2 to 3 smart points, and so I needed to figure out how much cheese I could have for 2 points. I believe it was 15 grams or half an ounce, so that's what I'm doing right here. Each bowl will also get 5 pieces of turkey pepperoni. 5 pieces of Hormel turkey pepperoni is 0 smart points. And then I top off each one with 1 slice of salami, which is another point. And here I am just finishing prepping the hard-boiled eggs. I let them soak in an ice cold bath for a little bit and then dry them off and put them in their own special box. And then here we have just some chicken being shredded in the KitchenAid mixer the best way possible.
Now I've set everything up for me to start chopping and prepping all of the vegetables for all of my meals. While I have the one cutting board out, the one knife out, I just want to go ahead and knock out all of the chopping that I can at once. So right here for one recipe, I have an onion, celery, and carrots that are going to cook together. I have an onion right here that needs to be minced for another recipe. I have this onion that needs to be cut into chunks for another recipe. I have some cherry and grape tomatoes that I just need to slice up. Right here I have some mini sweet peppers and mushrooms, and I'm gonna add some frozen onions to that as well. And then right here I have 2 onions that I need to slice and 6 celery ribs that I need to chop up. My phone died earlier while I was filming, so I missed this whole thing. But I just took about 2 pounds of green beans, trimmed them up, and I roasted them at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20-25 minutes until they became like a little bit crispy and roasty. So these are just one of the meal prep veggies that I'm gonna have on the side for this week. Seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. Delicious. Here I have Copycat Cracker Barrel hash browns going. I put this into my recipe tracker, and the way that I figured it out in my head, there's going to be 8 servings, and they're going to be 5 smart points each, but they're going to be huge and worth it, delicious. So far in each of these, I have 1 can of cream of chicken soup, putting that one in here right now. I have a half a cup of light sour cream. I have a cup and a half of non-fat Greek yogurt in each of these as well. I have a cup and a half of reduced fat cheese, reserving half a cup for the topping. It's got half a cup of frozen onions in each one, and I'm about to salt and pepper them. And then each one is going to get an entire bag of frozen hash browns. So before I add the hash browns, I just want to make sure that I have everything else mixed up nice, all good and nice. Some salt. So we'll get this mixed up together and then get it in the oven for at 350 for 40 to 45 minutes.
The next meal that I'm working on is Drizzle Me Skinny's bacon cheeseburger pie. So I'm taking a roll of croissants and filling out a pie pan as well as I possibly can. This is going to pre-bake in the oven for 5 minutes to prevent the bottom from getting soggy and falling through. I've already cooked up the beef for it, the pound of beef, and I'm mixing it with panko crumbs, mustard, ketchup, and a lot of other good things. So now we're just going to fill the pie crust up with that burger, the beef mix, and then you're going to top it with some more cheese and bacon and put it back in the oven to finish baking. One of my favorite snacks to have is yogurt, and as much as I love some store-bought yogurt, I now prefer to buy non-fat Greek yogurt and mix it with sugar-free pudding jello mix, and that way I kind of have like a 0-point yogurt instead of spending my points on the yogurt. Next, we're making Emily Bites blog chicken and dumpling casserole, and so I'm just assembling everything in an assembly line. I'm doubling this recipe, but the methods are still the same if you're just cooking for one person. You want to first layer the vegetables that you've sauteed then with the chicken, and then with the flour mix, and then with the brothy mix. And the most important part is that you don't want to mix all of the layers together. You want them to remain layers.
The next thing on my meal prep is the Skinniest Dishes sweet corn pasta salad. So I have 3 cups of corn with 1 large red onion cut into chunks, and it's going into the oven at 425 for I think like 18 minutes. So we'll see it. In this bowl we have some low-fat buttermilk, light mayonnaise, non-fat Greek yogurt, 8 strips worth of bacon bits. I'm gonna add these cherry tomatoes. Oh, there we go. And then I'm gonna add the corn and the red onions that we roasted in the oven earlier. And then I'm also going to add these pasta noodles. So you want to make sure that these are super cold, not hot at all before they go in. And I've had them running under water for a good bit now, so I believe they're ready. And so yeah, we're going to mix all that together, and then you want to let it sit for at least 30 minutes. The longer the better, and it'll be half-cup portions for 3 smart points. Yum!
Next up on our prep list is pizza wonton cups. I believe this is also an Emily Bites blog recipe. I just have a sausage mixture cooked up with some mushrooms and bell peppers, and I'm filling each wonton cup with cheese and that sausage mix. So this is the start of some bacon ranch turkey burgers that I did not finish filming. But I will do a solo video on this at some point. But I like to make 1/4 pound turkey burgers, and it's a low point filling meal.